Hi, my name is Mary Stamps Bennett. I'm a native Atlantan, and I've been coming to Cherokee County my whole life on vacation, and now I've been living here full-time for 32 years. I'm in the Daughters of the American Revolution. I'm in the Daughters of the War of 1812. I'm in the Colonial Dames of the 17th century. I'm in the Southern Dames of America, and I'm in the Daughters of the Colonists of America, American colonists. 32 years ago, there were a lot of dirt roads, even then. And since I've been coming since I was a toddler, there were a lot more trees and a lot more dirt roads back in, the 50s and 60s and 70s. We didn't even have 285, 75, 575 when I started coming here. And it's phenomenal. I mean, it's like a metropolis now compared to what it was in the 50s and 60s and 70s. The thing that's kept me most in the county is the opportunities to volunteer, people, make, friends for life. I can't say enough about how wonderful it is to live in Cherokee County. I love living here so much because it's so equal to get to different parts of Georgia, different parts of Atlanta. You're not cut off. But I don't really need to go to Atlanta. I don't need to go really anywhere else. I've got shopping opportunities. I've got grocery stores. I've got everything I need right here in Cherokee County that I don't have to leave home for, but I'm not sequestered here, I can travel when I want to. My whole life has been shaped since I've been here living in Cherokee County. I started out just working 6 days a week because my husband was in nursing school when we first moved back. And but then I would kind of jigger off from the banking. I used to work at the bank. I'd find out all sorts of opportunities through the bank, and they would always kind of lead me back to Cherokee, even though I was working in North Fulton. And then when I learned about the Daughters of the American Revolution, when I was a toddler, I don't know when I learned. I always wanted to be a member of it when I was little. I found out there was a chapter here in Cherokee County, and I didn't have to go anywhere else. So I joined that chapter, and my Patriot is a Stamps. That's why I always make sure people know my middle name is Stamps, because that's my maiden name. And so Thomas Stamps is a Patriot of the Revolutionary War. Go America 250. So the home feeling, there's always somewhere out there that somebody's patting you on the back and happy to see you. And no matter where you go in Cherokee, somebody always smiles and says, "Hey, how you doing?" So it's still friendly. And you can go to other parts of the world. We just got back from Ireland. We were in Belfast. People look at their feet. They don't look at your people. The people look you in the eye here. I think some of the best local events are at our National Cemetery. I mean, there's so much history there. There's so much patriotism there. They have phenomenal programs on every major holiday. 4th of July, parades in downtown Canton and downtown Woodstock. We're just kind of an Americana up here. Bringing it around to the Daughters of the American Revolution, we're a community service organization throughout the world. We're all over the world, other countries. And one of my main speakers when I was regent, which is like president of a regular organization, I was regent for 4 years. One of my first speakers was Jim Lindenmeyer, who established, and he's the director now of the Cherokee County Homeless Veterans Program. And he came and spoke, and he turned around and he says, I'm recruiting you. And I'm like, I don't know about that because I'm really busy as a regent right now. And he goes, no, I got a call within 24 hours. And his assistant is Betty Lewis. And I thought she was an elderly person. We're the same age. She called me and she goes, honey this and honey that and darling that and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, I think she's just a cute little lady that's calling me and we're the same age. But anyway, she called and said, do you speak? And I said, I'm speaking right now. And she goes, no, do you make speeches? Oh, yeah, I can make speeches. She goes, good. Jim wants you to come, and it wasn't like, can you? But Jim wants you to that kind of thing. So that's how I got involved with the Cherokee County Homeless Veterans Program. And my very first opportunity was to make a speech at Breakfast with Santa. And Breakfast with Santa, we invite we keep it to the veterans that are in our program, but we invite the veterans in the program and all their families, and we do a big breakfast, and we have a Santa Claus, and we have gifts that we've generated from all over the county, and it's an adoptive vet program. That's a national program, but that's our local program. And I had to make a presentation within 2 days after he spoke to this organization. So I was like, I can one-line it here and there, so it all worked out. And I've been hooked ever since. So we help all veterans. You don't have to be homeless. We don't want you to be homeless, but should you be homeless, we have a food pantry. We have different avenues of fundraising so that we can help them get into motels, local motels, get back on their feet. We have all different programs that we're trying to make sure that we cover all the bases. Through the Daughters of the American Revolution, I would never have known this was out there. I'd read the articles that this guy named Jim was doing stuff, and I was like, well, whatever. But then when you meet the real people and the real homeless and the real veterans, it makes a huge difference. One of our most phenomenal people she has just recently moved back. She was homeless for 30 years, a veteran, couldn't get her benefits from the VA, and that's part of the program is Jim helps them get their benefits from the VA that they're entitled to. First of all, he makes sure they're a veteran. We've had a few that say, oh, I'm a veteran, we want to get in the program. No, you got to be a real veteran, and you've got to be honorably discharged. So he finally got all her back pay. She was able to buy a house. We've got a lot of success stories, but a lot of times we don't even know they're the homeless. He doesn't introduce you, oh, this is our next homeless person, or this is the next challenged person. This is so-and-so retired lieutenant, or whatever, We don't know that they're actually homeless. We just know them as people, good veterans. That's all we know them as. I describe this county as home-like, but moving really fast. We gotta watch our P's and Q's on the development, because there's a lot of things going in that I think it'd be less. We need less oil changers. We need less, we need industry, but we just have too many overlaps of the same industry over and over and over in each corner. So we got to watch that.